Alright, Dreamliner tutorial flight. Yeah. Yeah, it's late as shit. I can't believe it. Well, it's not really late. It's like 10 o'clock. I shouldn't be such an old man, I guess, but I'm tired as hell. But I wanted to do something today, and I just didn't have the times earlier to do it. So, welcome all my friends. Welcome to the All About Aviation channel. My name is Greg. I will be your internet pilot tonight with this Eva Air B787X flight from Taipei to Osaka. It's a real flight that takes place. Took place, a little while ago earlier today. So let's go ahead and I don't know if my mouse is working yet. Might have to restart the whole stream. I might have to restart the simulator because I don't know if my mouse is working. Let me see if my mouse is working. Let's turn the bitch on. Oh, it's working. Oh, we're good. Now, I'm going against some better judgment of mine, and I decided to download this 787 livery. I don't know yet if it's going to work or not. Right now it's working. But, yeah, man, let me set that Eva. I thought I had Eva Airlines set already. Yeah, there's Eva. All right. I do try to set the correct livery for the flight that I'm doing, so we'll see what happens. If it works, it works. That's great. If it doesn't work, then, I guess we're using the base livery or that KLM livery that comes with the airplane. Hang on, let me make a little bit of room so I can put my iPad over here. Put my iPad over yonder so it doesn't block the microphone. It's here, a laptop I'm using. There we go. Let's move this thing so that thing can stay plugged in. Hopefully we won't lose power again tonight. It's been super cold and snowy where I live, and we lost a little bit of power earlier tonight, so hopefully we won't lose power again. Alright, so we got, what is it, EVA? Yeah, EVA 178. Alright, EVA, and we got 178. Alright, very good. Let's go back here. Let's select RCTP. Alright, and this thing took off from gate C5. Which should be down... Well, I can't move because of this menu right now, but it should be... Yeah, C5. Yep, that's right where I kind of thought it was. Yep, and here's our runway right here, 5 right. That's what we're trying to take off on tonight. Alright, and let's set live weather, but we'll set this for the end of last year. And this plane took off at 6:31 local time. And yawning. So 6:31 local time, that's about 8 hours ahead of UTC time according to the internets. So let's set this for about a half an hour. Alright, live weather, 6 a.m. Well, not 6 a.m. UTC. That's not right. Well, whatever, we'll leave it for now, but... Yeah, it shouldn't be 6 a.m. UTC. It should be 8 hours ahead. Yeah, man. It's been super cold over here in Maryland. Got some snow, which is alright. Got to use my snow broom. Haven't had to use that thing in a while. That thing is pretty... It's like a mini snowblower. Okay, there we go. 6 a.m. is 10 p.m. UTC, right. Dang, that's a ticket. Yeah, it's all dark, see? I'm not really worried about ATC, to be honest. You know, I know where 5 right is. I can look up the METAR. So maybe we'll turn them on as we get a little closer to land, but for right now, I'm going to leave them off. We do need them to back up, though. Shit. Yep. What do I do? I guess I'll turn them on now, then. Shit. I'll turn them on very last minute. All right, let's go ahead and... All right, so ground power is available. So before we do anything, let's make use of this flashlight that we have. So let's turn up some of the lighting first. That way when we finally turn on the battery and all that kind of stuff, you know, the lights will be up already at that point. So we got that light switches that we did. All right, indoor. Yeah, here we go. Here's aisle. So the outer switch, the bigger switch does the aisle stand panel. This little one does the floodlights. And that's about it for the lighting right now. Outer display, inner display, panel lights. Yeah, let's turn that up. And we'll turn like 1 or 2 clicks for the floodlight, because those things are pretty bright. And let's come over here to GigaChad and make sure his panel lights are on. And we'll turn him up 1 or 2 for his side as well, because he needs to see too. And that's pretty much it for lighting for now, at least. I mean, we might tweak a few things here and there, but we got our glare shield turned up. We have our overhead panel. We have our lower displays. All right, so let's go ahead and let's turn on battery and turn on the 3 outside. You know, the outside power, the external power. Let's move this out of the way. Let's align our navigation system. So both of those on to start aligning our IRS system. And in the meantime, let's put on some nav lights so we can let people know we're actually in the airplane. Now, if I get an issue with screens and shit like that, then I know that, wait a minute, active November. Yeah, right. This is the one I have active. That AirX system there. If the screens go out, I know it's from deliveries. So if that is the case, then we'll just erase deliveries and start over again. I'm hoping that everything will be okay. Let's go to position reference. What I was talking about with these numbers here, this is the AirX system we're on right now. This is the one that we've been running on for, since it expired, that Microsoft hasn't decided to update. There's the new AirX is out and published, but Microsoft has not updated their system yet to handle it. So, yeah. All right, let's go to position reference. Let's go to the next page, and let me look on this flight plan from SimBrief. Taiwan, this is the correct coordinates right here. So we're going to click on that line, and then we're going to click previous page, and we're just going to click on this line here. And there we go. Now we're all set up. So let's go to route. Let's type in our destination, not our destination, our airport we're leaving from. It's RCTP. Oh, you know what? Let me see if we can actually bring in from SimBrief. Give me 1 second. Let me see if we can bring this in. Let's go to route. Let's go to request. Flight plan is ready to load or erase on route page. All right, let's go to load. Ah, mwah, bellissimo. Execute. Now our flight plan should be in, outside of our takeoff and landing and all that. So legs. Yeah, it doesn't have our departure. So let's go to departure. HUD takeoff. All right, we're doing 5 right. And we are doing this one here, bulk 1A. Let's click execute. All right, very good. And let's go back to departures. Let's go to arrival. And this one here, we're doing Ali Sac. And we are doing ILS Z24 right. ILS Z24 right. Here we go. And Maya is our transition. So let's click that. All right, very good. Let's click legs. Let's get rid of any discontinuities. And then we'll check everything on our flight display here coming up. All right, let's go to VNav and let's type in, what is our cruising altitude tonight is 39,000 feet. Okay, that's what's in there. So very good, 39,000. Do we have any discontinuities that I missed? That is very strange that none of the altitudes and stuff are showing up. That is very strange. Maybe once we get everything finished, set up on the tablet there, maybe then we'll get some information here. Because this takeoff here, we have TP 050, we have TP 060, and Msfs. Okay, there it is, TP 060, that's correct. And DE5, okay, all right, yeah, that's fine. All right, so let's come up here and let's click on plan. And let's actually, yeah, I think a range of 10 is okay. So down, if you look down here on the FMC, this bottom right button says step. Let's just start clicking on that, and this will start cycling us through all our different waypoints and all that. Or we can look at our plan. What the fuck? What's all this shit? What's all this? This here. All right, let me make the map a little bigger. Oh, you know what? In this airplane, we got to do checklists. Fuck, this airplane's a pain in the ass sometimes. Okay, let's do this again. All right, let's try this again. Yeah, what is that? All right, we have lilac. Let's go out a little bit. Oh, that's afterwards if we miss. That's if we miss our approach. Like if we need to do a go around, we come up over here and we enter into a holding pattern. Ah, I gotcha. That's a teardrop turn. Okay. All right, very good. All right, so that looks good. We can go back to map. We can zoom in. And we can put the engines back over here. Let me bring up checklists on the other page because if I don't run through those, we're going to get a check engine light coming on. All right, pre-flight is good. Let's go to normal. All right, passenger signs, let's turn those on. Where's passenger signs at? There we go. Let's a little fuel right there. And let's turn the APU on. All right, passenger signs on. We can do item override. No, we don't have the takeoff speed yet. Let's do that now. So let's come over here to initialize flight plan. All right, let's go to performance. So now our takeoff weight. Okay, let's go up here to weights and balances. All right, and kilograms, and we need 16.3. So we're way over that, but we'll leave it there at 25. Let me write this down. I should have did this before we got in the airplane. That way I could have gotten our center of gravity. All right, 25,364. All right, we'll do 30,096. All right, what's our takeoff weight? All right, 193. Our zero fuel weight is 177. So, well, yeah, we're way different than that. All right, we'll leave everything kind of how it is there. All right, let's go ahead and enter our, oh yeah, what is our takeoff weight? Oh, wait a minute, let me see if it'll bring in the data here. Sometimes it'll bring in some of the data. Yeah, all right, that's what I thought. We have to enter it in ourselves. Okay, so zero fuel weight is 135,488. Takeoff weight is 179,345. All right, and let's get our METAR from Navigraph. All right, let's get out of here. Let's go zero fuel weight. That is 135,488. Our takeoff weight is 179. 345. All right, our QNH is 1024. Outside air temperature right now is 13 degrees Celsius. And the wind is 40 degrees at 15 knots. So 040 at 15 knots. So 015. Oh, wrong way. 040. There we go. There we go. That's the right way. All right, and we'll just say our center of gravity is like 26. I don't know what it is, but we should have did that beforehand. All right, runway 5 condition is dry. Thrust rating we'll do optimum. Max ATM. Flap configuration is optimum. All right, engine auto, and let's click calculate. All right, so these are ATM. That's our takeoff management, our automatic takeoff management. So 139, D2, takeoff 2. All right, let's send that to output. And we now have a nice little message waiting for us here. Let's go to the takeoff reference page. And we will accept. That. Okay, so let's click on accept. All right, let's go back to index. Let's go back to performance. All right, our cost index according to Navigraph is 15. All right, that reserves 0 fuel weight again was fuck. Now let's put 2 here. Do we need to bring that information back over again? All right, FMC pre-flight complete. Let's clear that. Let's go here. Yeah, 57. All right, 141, 146, and 155. All right, we're all green here, so that is very good. Let's do one more thing here before let's enter our climb forecast. Let's click load. All right, and now let's go to, what is our transition altitude actually? In this part of the world, the transition altitude is 11,000 feet, so let's put that in. Right, clear that message. Clear that message. All right, let's go next page. And let's see here, let's go to forecast. Let's load this. And ascend, and our forecasts are all done. So we are pretty much good to go. I mean, we have everything's green lit. We have our speeds. What is our V2 speed again? 155, so we got to put that in as 170 on our FMC. I like to do 15 over, so all right, we can click on this, click on that, we can click on that, we can do item override. All right, taxi, and let's turn our beacon light on. We're getting ready to back up here momentarily now that we have everything set. All right, let's go normal. All right, before taxi, anti-ice, auto brake. All right, let's get back up. Let's back up, and then we will go ahead and turn on our engines and get out of here. So let's contact the ATC and tell them that we need help. All right, ground services, pushback. And let's do steer to the left. We'll try that. Hopefully that's correct. All right, in the meantime, let's turn all these hydraulics to auto. Those buses and all that will come on automatically once we get our engines rolling. Let's turn the window heat on. Let's turn the flight door power on. Let's turn the rest of our fuel pumps on. Wrong way as usual. All right, steer to the right. All right, let's put our anti-ice on auto. And let's get one of our engines on here. Let's click start. Let's wait for N2 to get up to closer to 15. And turn on the fuel. So far, so good. Yeah, there's another EVA Air. Very cool. Ugh, Jesus Christ, man. These filters go so fast on this thing. Ugh. It's like burnt plastic. Alright, we can click stop. Put our park and brake back on. Let's turn on the second engine. All right, N2 is getting there. Let's turn on this. All right, anti-ice is on auto. Recall is good. Let's put the auto brake on RTO if it lets me go that way. All right, there we go. Flight controls are good. Ground equipment is clear and the APU is good. So let's go normal. Yeah, we do need to put our flaps down. We will do that momentarily. Let's put this on 170. Because that was our 155 plus 15. And we don't really have any altitude constraints on our way up, so if we have no constraints, I'm all for just setting this at 39,000 feet. Alright, engines are good. They're running. Let's put the packs on auto. That way we can get some air pressure. Let's put the arm the emergency lights. We can put on our logo light. We can put on our taxi lights. It's dark outside, so let's put on our strobe lights as well. And let's turn the APU off. TCAS system needs to be turned on. Very good. Let's turn that on. First, can we turn our door? No, we cannot secure the cabin. Alright. TCAS transponder's right here. So let's come down here and turn this to TARA. And that's really it. Like, there's no weather to turn on or anything else we need to turn on down there. Everything is good. Let's put our flaps down to 5. Oh, did I go too far? Did I go too far? Flaps 5, yeah, I did. Alright, there we go. Flaps checklist is good. Alright, after takeoff is good, so let's go ahead and put this back on legs, and let's go ahead and let's get out of here. Alright, there's flaps there. I don't see a takeoff, like, checklist button. You know, some of these airplanes, they have like a button you can click on that tells you if your takeoff configuration is okay, but I don't see that here, so I'm not too worried about it. I do want to turn off these VORs. Let me go to menu here and click off of those VORs and click on data, because data gives us the information at each waypoint there. VSD we can't click on. VSD gives us like our incline or our decline on like a map, like the A380 has. But oh yeah, what's our VTAR here? 1024. I gotta set that. All right, let's see here. Arrow. So that's 3024. Set here too. No, it did not. That's 1024. All right, let's go taxi to our gate. We are all set. Everything's good. Everything's on. We've done all the checklists. We have no yellow. We have no red, so let's remove the park and brake. Let's give it a little throttle. Let's get out of here and enjoy the morning sunshine leaving Taiwan on our way to Japan. Cockpit of this 787X. We will enjoy the sights and sounds of this airplane and the sights of beautiful sunrise once you get above the clouds. That's right. All right, put away that mapping system for now. Yeah, I came real close to not doing a flight tonight, but you know, I really wanted to do this Dreamliner. I saw this Dreamliner flight, and it's very rare that I see a Dreamliner flight that's like 2 hours or less for a 780, you know, for a 787X, you know, for a 78X. Usually those are like, you know, these are the extended ones. Usually, you know, they're pretty long flight, but we'll go up to the next intersection. One thing I've always liked about these these Dreamliners and the 777s, the 777s, is that the map of the airport that they have on this display here, it's always comes in very handy. All right, so we'll go to the very end of this runway here, and then we'll line up, put our landing lights on, turn on LNAV, activate the auto throttle, activate VNAV probably. I don't know if I'm going to activate it now or after we take off, but put the heads-up display down. Now this route I did build myself, but I looked at the route in FlightAware, and it did a really weird hump up near the landing, so I built that hump in. If you, we'll see it when we get a little closer to the arrival, but it's weird. It's like it's flying straight, and then it goes up, and back down again, and then it does the approach. So I was like, all right, well, I can do that. It seems like these filters, they last like a week in this new mod or tank that I have. I thought since I'm not using as many watts, like it's a lower wattage system, I was hoping that since it's lower wattage, the filters would last a little longer, but not so much. Now this airplane did take off from, according to FlightAware, this airplane did take off from this runway, which is why I chose this runway. All right, so let's line up here. Let's put our parking brake on. Let's go ahead and finish getting set up. Let's put our landing lights on. Let's go ahead and arm, well, first let's put our flight director on. We haven't turned those on yet. And let's turn on the auto throttle and activate LNAV. And I might as well do VNAV as well, I guess. There's no harm in arming it now. We can always deactivate it. And let's go ahead and increase our range. And turn on traffic. And let's switch our map side. Now, in the past, this would kill the screens. Let's see if it kills the screens tonight. Thank the Lord. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, thank you. All right, and we got landing gear and flaps after takeoff. So, all right. Let's release the parking brake. And let's put our heads-up display down. This one's almost as good as the 737. It's a little brighter. Doesn't have as many features to it, but it's all good. Oh, I did find, said find kind of strange, didn't I? I did find the list that I have for the 737 for the different modes of the heads-up display. I found the list that I have that reviews all the different modes. So next time I fly that plane, I'll have that list handy so I can review it with everyone. All right, our V speeds are on our heads-up display. That's very good. I do want to set our heading to match our takeoff. What is that, like 58? Something like that. Somewhere just in that area, doesn't have to be exact. All right, let's give it some juice. Let's put our gear up. Once we get about 1,500 feet, we'll put our autopilot on. There we go. All right, autopilot on. Very good. I don't think we're allowed to lock the gear in this plane. Let me see. Nope. All right. All right, flaps can go up 1 notch. And we're almost ready to put them up again. All right, let's put our flaps up again. All right, flaps are up. So that checklist is okay. We don't have anything now until descent. Very good. So let's go ahead and bring in our CDU. We'll leave this on progress. Wow, look how big these clouds are in Taiwan today. Good Lord. Wow, that is nuts. All right, let's put this away. All right, let's turn off our landing lights and our taxi light. And we can turn off our logo light as well. There we go, nice beautiful sunrise. Here we are leveling off a little bit so we can go ahead and gain speed for the next phase of our climb. So these planes, they level off a bit at 10,000 feet. They kind of go down, just almost level. That way they can get their speed up, because they usually like to get up to about 300 knots on the indicated airspeed. And then as they get higher and higher, the speed comes down a little bit more and more to match, you know, what their airspeed is supposed to be. And then once they get to about 30,000 feet, then it all switches over to Mach, whatever the Mach number is at that point. Usually 0.8, 0.77, 0.82. But yeah, we gotta switch our pressure over back to standard. So let's click on that. Alright, there we go, standard pressure. That should be standard over here, very good. And we do have to make this standard as well, so let's make this standard. 1013. We are all set, really, for the remainder of our climb. You know, I don't see anything else we really need to do other than just monitoring everything. EVA Air. Never flown a plane with EVA Air livery before. I like this livery. I'm familiar with what it looks like. I just never used one. I like the green, the orange, and the black underneath. I mean, it's Cool looking livery for a clean looking. Not as clean as Delta. Let me tell you, Delta is still my favorite. That red, white, and blue they got, it's super clean. It's mwah. Yeah, I might have to put another filter in, man. I can't live under these conditions. I can't work under these conditions. Change my filter. Soak in these juices for about 10 minutes and it'll be good. My boys, the Ravens, they go into the next round of the playoffs. They whooped some butt today, boy. They took care of them Houston Texans, man. He said, "Let me show y'all what a division winner looks like." They put it on. They put a hurting on that team today, boy. That's for sure. So cold in my house, man. This house is real drafty. That's why I'm usually wearing a robe in this house, because yeah, it's just drafty in this house. It's just my third atomizer, so about it's 1 week, 2 weeks. So I got about 3 weeks left. 3 weeks, science. Alright, let's unscrew this. Domo arigato. Yeah, boy. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's like used up that much. I don't know why it's usually these atomizers, they turn like really black when they run out. But this one must have gotten burnt up somehow. I don't know, because it's got that burnt taste. Oh. Something must have happened to it. I don't know. It shouldn't be tasting burnt like that. That's for sure. I never let these things go to a point where they're like dry. I almost made the mistake of buying something today that I knew I could find in the house if I just searched a little closer. I really wanted to use that snow broom that I own, clear out all the snow and stuff out front of the house. And snow broom was an issue. I knew what a snow broom was, but the extension cord that I needed, because I needed about 100 feet of cord to do everywhere that I wanted to do. And I knew I had an extension cord long enough. I just could not find that thing anywhere. And I came really close to buying one today. And I was like, you know what, let me just go upstairs and look one more time, because, you know, that kind of thing always happens to me. I'll go ahead and, you know, buy something because I can't find it somewhere in the house. And then, like, right after I wind up buying it, that's when I find it. So I was like, you know what, let me just go ahead and look one more time. And sure enough, I looked one more time and I found it. I saw that bright orange piece of rubber sticking out from like around the corner. I was like, oh, there you are. Knew you were upstairs. That cord, if I was going to replace that cord, that could very well run me, you know, for a 100-foot cord, close to $100 probably. for the type of cord that is. That's an indoor, outdoor, you know, grounded. Like it's a heavy duty cord. All right, fuel low in the center, no problem. Let's go ahead and turn off the center pumps. Put cross feed on and turn off center pumps. And let's take a look at our fuel actually. Where? Systems. Fuel. Yeah, there you go. We'll just leave cross feed on, that way they can help keep themselves balanced. Oh, we still have 2.1 in the center. Hydraulics look okay. Okay, all that looks okay. Generators look good, the buses. The lavatory's vacant, that's good to know. Alright, air looks okay. That brings us back to fuel. So, very good. Let's go back to stats. With these atomizers, sometimes when you put a new one in, if you just pull air up through it, like don't push the button to activate it, but just pull air up through it, sometimes that helps saturate the atomizer, you know, quicker with liquid. Ah, yes, the Microsoft Simulator telltale sign that we are getting close to cruising altitude. When those chemtrails start showing up, you know we're close. Alright, where are we at in this flight plan here? So we're still on the standard instrument departure, actually. Yeah, Pabso, then Kick It, and then Molka. Molka's the end of our departure. Then we have quite a bit of time until we get close to Japan. What island do we have for Japan first? Kagoshima, Fukuyako, Karatsu, Nishinen, Shinamutsu. Kagoshima is where we're going to be pretty much landing first. And then after that, it's Miyazaki. And then we fly to here. And then we're heading right to Kyoto. East Africa. Wow. What's going on, my man? What's happening? That is far away from this airplane. That's far away from me. That is awesome. Good morning, my friend. Hopefully you're having a good Sunday morning. Alright, I think once we get up to our cruising altitude, I'll go ahead and speed up the simulator a little bit. That way we can, why is that thing shaking like that? That's weird. Oh, maybe it has something to do with the wind. Man, why is it always so windy? That can't be the real wind. Let's see here. Oh, you know, maybe it is. It's got us at 122 knots. At 39,000 feet, so yeah, that very well could be correct, actually. Alright, after we make this turn, I'm going to speed up the sim a little bit to help us along. I don't usually like doing that until we're in a straight line, because this speed increase with the simulator is very unforgiving. It's very violent the way it turns the airplane and does all that, so it's a lot different than the 737 version. So once we make this turn and we level our wings out, we'll go ahead and speed up a little bit. Sweet. Yeah, man, I'm a big fan. I was a big fan of Aerofly for many, many years. I think I have like 100 videos on my channel. But this latest version of Aerofly, man, I can't play it on my iPad. And, which sucks, because up until this year, I was at 60 frames a second on my iPad with every Aerofly, and now all of a sudden I can't use it. And I really don't want to spend like $600 for a new iPad, so I'm very limited with what I can do. I can still play 2023 with no problem, but yeah. What are you flying? Are you flying like a 777, or are you doing a A380 or the new 739? What you flying this morning? Concorde, Apache helicopter, Beechcraft Bonanza. Yep. So I guess you're using the KLM livery probably with that 787, being that you're going to Amsterdam. That's a fun flight going from Chicago to Amsterdam like that. They got a lot of good landings available in Amsterdam. I talked to one dude on this channel periodically. He'll do those long haul flights, and what he'll do is once he gets the airplane settled at like the cruising altitude, he'll go to sleep for like 5 or 6 hours, and then set an alarm clock and wake up when he's close to the top of descent, and then he'll just jump back in the simulator and take care of the plane from there. The Aerofly's got a pretty good way of fast forwarding the flight, because you can just pick where you want on the map. This simulator here, Microsoft, they have no good way of speeding up the simulator. Like, you can't just choose where you want to go on the map. Like, I wish they had a better system. Like, I wish they had a system like Aerofly where you could, just pick a spot on the map where you want your airplane and, just continue your flight. But yeah, they don't have it. Alright, I'm at 2x speed right now. We're gonna turn that off here momentarily so we can make this turn. Because even a little turn like this, when we're sped up like that, it's really violent, and like it's not a pretty sight. Gotcha, yeah, man. You're like the second person I've met in the last couple of weeks that does that, where they'll leave the flight running overnight, they'll sleep, and when they wake up, they jump right back in it, and they're good to go. That's a good thing that you woke up in time. I'm sure you would have been a little upset if you would have like overslept or you know what I mean, something else happened. But yeah, that's awesome, man. Awesome. All right, what are we looking at for top of descent here? Let's go to VNav. Where are we at? That's very strange, getting an altitude alert. Hmm. Let's clear that caution out, and let's drop down to... There we go. And is Mach 8.5? Oh, yeah, I guess 8.5 is the right Mach speed. All right. It's very strange that we got that warning. So in between waypoints, I'm going up to like 2 times speed just to move us along a little quicker. I'm not doing it at every waypoint, you know, between every waypoint, but these next few I am because there's a pretty good distance between them two. And then when I get to about 10 miles to the waypoint, I'll slow down again. I'm pretty sure that the frequencies and all that are already plugged in for our landing, which sucks because I like typing them in myself, but being that we chose an ILS landing from the beginning, I'm pretty sure it's already in there. All right, let's look at the time and make sure that we count the seconds and make sure that we're back in regular time. 1,005, 1,006. Yep, we're back in regular time. Let me go to nav rad for navigation and radio. Yeah, it's already got this plugged in. 108.5 and 239. Let me make sure that's correct. Category 3. Yeah, 108.5, and I have 238, not 239. That is interesting. I wonder if I should change it. I mean, it's only off by one degree, but 1 degree is still 1 degree. Well, we'll leave it for now. I don't want to see that line with the course with the line through it, so we'll leave it. Maybe we'll change it as we get closer, or maybe when we're like, you know, a couple miles away, maybe we'll just fly it in ourselves and just land a bird ourselves. So, all right, yeah, all that's good. All right, let me look at our legs for later in this trip. So I want to make sure we're at the correct altitudes and all that. So Maya, we need to be at 4,000. That's mandatory. Okay, that's 4,000. That's mandatory. And then next up is 185 knots and 2600. Yeah, that's correct. All right, beige. 1600 and Mozu. Yeah, it all looks good actually. 1600. Yep, that all looks good. Let me look at our arrival. And we are coming in from, where are we coming in from actually? All right, there's Phoenix, Jenga, Kazan, Sue, KTE, Lisa. All right, very good. Elisa, max 230 knots at or below 14,000 feet. Yeah, max 240 above 14,000 feet. All right, that's fine. And Tanta is fine. Awaji, that is 7,000. Lilac is good there. And then we have Maya, which is that hard 4,000 feet. All right, yeah, our altitudes and our speeds look fine with what I'm looking at in the charts right now on Navigraph, so we're good there. Let's see here, step 2. There's cruise there. Let's go to progress. See if it has top of descent somewhere in here. I don't think it does. Nope. I mean, we have a ways to go, obviously. All right, so what do we have? 70 some miles until Sapit. So let's go ahead and speed up again. This flight is not a very long flight to begin with. It's only about 2 hours in air. But myself, I get very bored looking at, just looking at an airplane cruising. So I would imagine that some of y'all out there might feel the same way. So, now next time I slow down, I'm going to get us back down to our cruising altitude. I don't like that we're, a few hundred feet over. It's only a few hundred feet, but still a few hundred feet. I'll just put us in like VS mode and just drop us down a few hundred feet. All right, we're pulling up on this waypoint here. Let me go ahead and do that now. Let me look at the seconds and make sure we're good again. 1,000 down, 10,000 down. Okay, that's good. All right, let's go in VS mode. Let's just go down like minus 500 until we get to 39,000 feet. That way we won't speed up too much and we won't get there, we won't get to that altitude too quickly. Excuse me. All right, there we go. Altitude hold, and we are good again. All right, it looks like, all right, our fuel is at plus 13 Celsius. That's good. Negative 52 outside. Let me look at our, okay, so we got 0.6 left in the center there. We're completely even. All right, let's turn off the cross feed. Yeah, we can probably turn the seatbelts off. All right, very good. All right, checklist for descent is recall, auto brakes, landing data, and approach briefing. All right. All right, I gotta think we're gonna be descending at some point. Let me look at our flight plan. Maybe in 2024 we'll be able to pull our flight plans up in the actual airplane itself. That would be really nice. You know, for this particular plane. Yeah, so until Suzak, we're pretty much at this altitude. Where's Suzak? Yeah, I mean right here actually. So we got a decent amount of waypoints left until we get to, yeah, we still got 2 pages of waypoints until we get to our top of descent. Alright, after we level our wings out, we'll go quicker with the sim speed. Actually, let me pause the flight for a second. Let's go under assistance. And there's a good chance I'm going to want to pull this plane into an actual spot tonight when we get to where we're getting to. So let me turn on AI radio communications on. That lets the GigaChad co-pilot interact with the ATC for us. Let's get them to enforce our flight plan as well. And turn on ATC voices so we can hear the voices as well.
Naha AFB Center EVA 178 is type Boeing B78X flight level 390. Request flight following. EVA 178.
Alright, very good.
Squawk 7427. Squawk 7427 EVA 178.
Yep, that's the co-pilot doing his thing.
EVA 178 radar contact flight level 390. Roger EVA 178.
If it gets too out of hand, I'll turn it off, but we need the ATC on and working in order to get the air marshal on the ground that's got the little sticks to wave us in. Little glow sticks pulling in, and he gives us that X, and then that sign to show us to put the parking brake on. So if we want him to come to the party, we have to have the ATC as the host and MC. Absolutely. Now that is interesting. So I'm in sped up time, right? The clock's still going the same speed, right? Regular speed. I've never seen that before, where it's regular speed as we're sped up. If we look at our mileage, you can tell we're increased. I mean, look how quickly the mileage are going down. So obviously I know that we're 2 times the speed because, I mean, I just said it. But I've never seen it before where it keeps the current like the regular time. Usually the time speeds up with it. That is really strange. These little popcorn clouds over near Japan. Alright, what waypoint is this? Ekbaz. Let's see where that is in the world of our flight plan here. Yeah, right in the middle of the ocean. Alright. I guess that's still considered the Pacific Ocean, I would think. Alright, so I just put us back in regular time, right? $700,000. Huh. Maybe that wasn't sped up time. Let me look at what's it called? Clock here. Let's see what's what. Alright, look at stopwatch. Start. Yeah, this is regular time here, so I wasn't sped up at all to begin with. Alright, I'll speed up after we pass this point here. What that explains, I've said it many times on these episodes, I am an idiot. So that explains why the seconds were in real time, because we were still in real time. Now, I'm guessing this is still the Pacific Ocean. You know, I mean, we're not like up in between like, you know, Korea and China. You know, we're still kind of out in the middle of this big body of water. Yeah, I'm thinking it's thinking that's Pacific Ocean. Where's Tsushima? There's Tsushima. I was the ghost of Tsushima for a few months last year. 2 years ago, actually. I had to set things straight in Tsushima, man. Genghis Khan's family was trying to come take over my island. I had to let them know who was boss. Poems I wrote, and the archery that we did, and the foxes that I followed to unlock more special abilities. Special handles for my katanas. Special outfits I had to wear for being a samurai. Going against my uncle's code in order to save the island. My uncle was not happy about that. Said, Jin, do not break our code, Jin. I think the guy who voiced Jin with the American voice, I think it was the same guy that did the voice of Charles in Red Dead Redemption 2. Sounds like the same guy. I'm just saying, I don't know what they look like, so I'm not saying they look the same, but when I close my eyes and listen to the voices sound identical. Identical. I don't know if it's the same person or not, but the voices sound eerily similar. Like, they're very interchangeable between both games. Like, the I don't know, it might be the same person, I don't know. I never looked it up, but they do sound the same. Alright, let's try speeding up a bit once we pass this waypoint. There's Ruskar. Then after that we have Jedi, not Jedi, Jedi. I've never been on a Dreamliner. That's one plane I want to be on. I would love to be on a Dreamliner. Alright, let's speed up now and see what happens. Yeah, see? Now the time is really going up. And the miles are really ticking down, so there we go.
Tokyo Center EVA 178 flight level 390.
EVA 178 Tokyo Center radar contact continue.
Alright, I haven't used my vape yet since I put that new atomizer in, so I'm thinking it's probably been about close to half an hour probably. Should be pretty good to go. It only needs usually a few minutes. I used to give it about 10 minutes to let everything soak into the cotton. That was years ago. Technology's a bit better now than it was back when I started doing that. But yeah, we booking now, bro. Today, here we come. Now that looks like that puts us in right on the cusp of Japanese airspace. Because at that point, we don't have much longer left to get to, actual land for China. That's one of our last waypoints before we get to land. We have a little island we're going over. And then, and then we get to a little break in water between the two parts of land, and then we get to our final island, second to final island. Our peninsula. Alright, let's slow down. There we go. That is interesting. Why can't I go past a certain point of view? Very interesting. I used to be able to go underneath the airplane a little bit, but not no more. Not no more still. Oh, that's good. Doesn't seem like my chewing is being picked up on camera. That's good stuff. What's going on here? Oh, another waypoint. Alright. Alright, there we go. Top of descent's now showing. So we'll get there at 6 Zulu or 257 nautical miles. I don't know really when this plane landed, but I'm not really going to touch the time. This looks about right because we left it around, this plane took off around 10:30 Zulu time, which is 22:30, so, and we've flown about an hour, so we're doing pretty good. That was 6:30 local time to Taiwan. That's 8 hours ahead of UTC time. Now we'll try VNAV to descend. We'll see how well it does. Sometimes VNAV in these airplanes, on these simulators, they are not very good at building in extra time for wind or you know, anything like that. A lot of times they just have us just down to the exact like math for the mileage for descent, and then if we have to put our speed brakes on, then we just have to ride our speed brakes for a while. Now I realize speed brakes are used during descent, but you shouldn't have to have them up for your whole descent. Crocker, I see some land! Land ho! I see land! Oh, there's land over there too. Yeah, this camera is being very weird. Like, once I make a turn, I can't go back down. It's weird, man. What is up with this camera? I'm sure it's acting weird because of the livery. Like, probably the best thing I could do when I'm done this flight tonight is delete this livery pack. Because I finally have found a happy medium with the simulator. Like, I'm able to have all the world scenery packs downloaded. I'm able to have all that stuff downloaded now. I just had to get rid of every single third-party livery pack. Except for PMDG. Their livery packs, they made specifically for the airplane that I bought, so that is okay. But the ones that are from like 2 Pilots or 4 Simmers or whatever the other companies are, those are very hit or miss. Those I had to delete for the A310, the A320, the Dreamliner here, the CJ4. I had 4 different packs. I had one or two packs for each of those airplanes I just listed. And everybody lived and worked in harmony for many a moon until Microsoft put some words together and sent those words over to my screen and said, download this patch for improved performance. And it definitely did something to the performance. I don't think improve is the word that I would use to describe it, but here we are. This is lovely Kagoshima we're getting ready to pull up on here. This should be Makurazaki over here. Makes me very nervous when I'm outside the airplane and I can't like change the camera angle. It makes me real nervous, man. Like I'm just waiting for the other shoe to drop with this flight and us get so far into this flight and then have the screens go out. Misasuma. So we should be pulling up on over here. Do we pass that part? Yep. So this little town over here that we're pulling up on should be Misasuma. Now that should say either Hyoki or Kagoshima. This little dot here, that should either say Hyoki or Kagoshima. I'd probably say Kagoshima. That's my guess. I think Hyoki is over here. What do we got? 180 up to the top of our descent. Yeah, we're still doing okay. That KGE there, that's Kagoshima. Oh. Autopilot's still on? Yep. I almost lost my controller for a second. Controller almost slipped right out of my hand. Look like big strong hands, don't they? Yep, Kagoshima. Look at that little lake. A couple little lakes actually, just chilling right in the middle of the, right in the middle of the ground there. Just happy little lake sitting right there. All right, now we're turning towards Kobayashi. Not the test from the Enterprise, from Star Trek Enterprise, the Kobayashi Maru. This is actual city, Kobayashi. And then to our south, we'll pass Miyakonoju. Kind of split the difference between those two towns. Yeah, these are the mountains right here that are right in front of Takaharu and Kobayashi. And Abino, which is over there on the edge of the wing there. This should be Kobayashi over here. Takaharu should be right here. And Miyakanojo should be right like down here. I think that'd be pretty cool to live at the base of like 5,000 foot mountains. I guess they're actually volcanoes, I would think. Looks like acne, like on your face, like when you're a teenager and you got like those pock marks. Just the way that these are so like grouped together and so like distinct, the way they their height and the way they look. All right, next up on the tour of Japan, we have Miyazaki. Miyazaki, we have Saito, Kunitomi, Niyotabaru Airport, Takanabe, the town of Takanabe. And then we're going to go off the coast of this island. And then out on the side of, what island is this? Marusayama, Iwajima, Nakatosa, Kochi. Very cool. Alright, there's our top of descent right there. Coming up 130 some miles. Shame you can't use this tablet for landings. Like, it's the opposite in Aerofly. In Aerofly, you can only use it for landings, and it shows you the same info for every landing. But at least this one does let you do some, mathematics, and does interact with the FMC for takeoff. So that's very good, at least.
132.5 EVA 178. Goodbye. Tokyo Center EVA 178.
All right, we're going to stay in this sped up mode just for a little bit longer. Got about 100 miles until we descend. Jesus Christ, you don't give people a chance to get down. You can't just snap your fingers and get down to that altitude. I'm about ready to turn you off. Alright, so we know we got coming up on that. Let's go ahead and bring up our checklist so our yellow check engine light doesn't come on. Alright, we can say we did recall, that's fine. Auto brake will set later. Approach briefing, and we'll do the landing data and VREF here momentarily. Let's slow down to regular speed. Alright, very good. And let's click on landing data. That's all good. Let's go normal. Then we have approach. Okay, so we're okay with checklists for a little bit. Let's come here to CDU. And let's go to init ref. Wait, frame rate is... something's going on. Why is the frame rate so shitty? Huh. That was weird. I know I turned down the, I know I turned the speed off. The, speed increase. For some reason it still had us in that speed increase. 6 1,000, 7,000, 8,000. Actually, I think we're going too slow now. Let me see what the clock here says.
EVA 178 contact Tokyo Center.
Let's start.
133.5.
1,000, 2 1,000,
Good day.
1,000, 1,000, 5
Going to
1,000, 6
133 decimal
1,000,
flight
7
EVA
1,000,
178.
9 1,000.
Tokyo Center EVA 178 flight level tree 90.
EVA 178
Okay,
Tokyo
let's
Center.
stop.
Radar contact continue.
Reset. One, two. All right, I think we're okay now. Five, 6, 8. All right, 3, 4. I think we might be going a little slow, actually. 9. All right, start. Yeah, we're going a little slow. Two. Yeah, we're good now. Okay. I don't know how we got off on time. It doesn't make sense to me. Like, I don't know how we got off on the sim speed. I'm usually really good about making sure I go back to you know, whatever the regular time is, but I guess it happens every once in a while, I guess. All right, let's put this down to 20,600. All right, I'll be back. Give me just a couple of minutes. Give me like a minute. Tell me how you want it to be. What's up? Okay. You want a cup of chocolate? Back to my plate here in a minute. Wow, it's got a good amount of good fat, actually. Mono and polyunsaturated fat. It's good for your good cholesterol. Hey, you want a piece too? I know you like animal crackers.
I love animal crackers.
Yes, you do. Sure. Bye. Alright. Back to the show. What did I miss? Are we still in the air? Oh, I gotta drop our altitude. What's that say? 17.4? Let's put it down to 14,000. Actually, we'll do 13.8. Whoa, we are really over speeding. Jesus Christ. Let's do 240 at 7,000. All right, I'm taking us out of we can stay there, and we can come down to 260. VNav is not getting it done once again. Such a shame, VNav. We used to be so tight. Like this, son. Me and VNav used to go back. But VNav has been very temperamental and very moody lately. He just does not want to be messed around with. Yeah, there's no reason me putting in that 7,000 foot should have thrown off this by thousands of feet. Like that's absolutely nuts. All right, so we still have that. Wind correction +5 is okay. I think. Let's see what the... Yeah, there's no wind gusts right now according to the METAR. What is our transition altitude though? Let me see here. I think it's 11,000 feet. 14,000 feet, okay. Yeah, so +5 is okay for that. Let's come to fix, and I don't think I can do runway. I don't think I can put the runway in here. I can do that on the 737, but I don't think it'll let me on here. Let me see. Runway 24, right. Yep, that's what I thought. All right, so we have RJBB.
EVA 178, contact Tokyo Center on 124.95.
And let's do 5 miles. And we'll do 10 miles.
EVA 178. Tokyo Center EVA 178 flight level 190.
EVA 178 Tokyo Center radar contact continue.
All right, let's go ahead and bring our speed down a little bit more. And let's drop our nose down a little bit more too.
Airbus 1056 descend and maintain flight level 300.
Yeah, I know it says standard in yellow, but I'm not changing it yet because it's not 14,000 feet yet. All right, we got to put in 2994. I guess I can plug it in now. It's close enough. All right, 2994. Our decision height tonight is 100. Big surprise there. Whoa. No, thank you. Take me down to 7,000. Take me to your liter. All right, and let's finish setting up this barrow. Barrow. God, why do you jump up so quickly? Good Lord. It's like if you hold the button down for longer than just a couple of seconds, it starts shooting up into the hundreds. Good Lord. All right, very good. Alright, everything is going pretty good, I would say. We need to be, should be at 7,000 feet by Awaja. That's going to be might be a bit of a stretch. But I'm trying to get us there, even though our VNAV system was trying to throw us off of that.
EVA 178 contact. Consci, approach on 120.4. Good day.
Alright, let's go to 240.
4 EVA 178. Goodbye. Kansai approach EVA 178 11,300 feet.
EVA 178 Kansai, approach QNH to 9.997 radar contact. Continue.
There's Tanta. Alright, we can actually start slowing down our descent. Let's put that up to minus 1,500. Because right now it looks like we're going to be at 7,000 feet in enough time.
Good day.
And then once we get past
120.1 EVA 178.
Awaji, then we'll go ahead and start working to get down to 4,000 feet from Maya.
Approach QNH 29.997 radar contact. Continue.
Actually, we're going to put Maya at 220 for the speed. Because a few miles after that, we need to be at 185, so... Yeah, we can hold at 7,000 feet for just a touch. We'll put our landing lights on here momentarily. I really don't think this is the right course, 239, but I'll leave it for now. I really want to put in 238. But I'll leave it. Maybe they know something I don't. Maybe I'm looking at a new chart and the old chart was... I mean, even though this chart's from December 8th, 2023, but... You know, maybe Microsoft knows something I don't. Alright, let's go ahead and put our speed brakes on. We'll arm those to 3. Alright, so we got that a little bit early, but that's okay. Let's go checklist. Altimeters, it's still 2994. Yep, let's set that one here. That's 1014. Oh, it is set already for 1014. I don't think I can hit the approach button here, can I? Yeah, that's blacked out. That sucks. Is there a way to open the doors on the Aerofly 787? I don't think there is. I'd have to look to double check, but I don't think there is. So I know in the 737 there's buttons you can push to open it up, and in the 787, no, I don't think there is. I mean, you can try to go down to like one of these screens here and go into systems and go to door and try to click on one of the doors and see if that works. But to my recollection, to my remembering that plane in Aerofly, I don't believe there is a way to open the doors. Maybe they changed it for FS Global if that's what you're playing, but if there was a way to open it, it might be in this door section here if that's available to you. Because other than that, there's no other door buttons that I'm familiar with in this airplane. Alright, we get altimeter set. Let's click normal. Alright, very good. Alright, Lilac I think is 7,000 also. Yep. And we're doing okay with speed. Yep, my dude, I don't think there's a way to open the doors on that airplane. In either simulator. in this one or that one. Don't think there is. Alright, so I'm gonna change something here because I really think that Microsoft Simulator is wrong. So I'm gonna plug in the frequency again, this 108.5/238. I really think 238 is the correct course, so that's what we're gonna do. And we should get a little line through. Yep, there's a line through to 239 now. All right, let's plug in 4,000 feet. And let's do flight level control. So let's click on FLCH. And that'll take us nice and easy. That'll take us down to 4,000 feet. Guess we can put our landing lights on at this point. One of my favorite things about this airport is that you're like over water like the whole approach, and like the airport is like an island. It's like an island on itself. It's a really cool airport. Oh, 2995. You don't say. All right, well let's change that. All right, very good. So we're making some steady descent. And then once we get to our next waypoint of Maya, we'll turn that down to... Well, actually, once we get down to 4,000, then we'll tune it down to 220. Maya is our initial airfix, our IAF. And we got 6 miles to our next waypoint, which is BB 450. That one we have to be at 185 knots at 2,600 feet. That is mandatory. and then we're going to make a right turn and make another right and line up with the runway and hopefully get this bird on the ground. That's our airport right over there, that island. I wasn't kidding, it really is an island. There's one bridge that brings you in and out of... Now, I don't know if there's like an underground tunnel or an underground train or... I don't think there'd be a cable car system. That would be a little silly. With airplanes flying around to have like cable cars and shit, but... There might be a tunnel underground or a road, but... There's definitely one bridge that I'm familiar with that takes people in and out. I think this was the airport I watched a documentary on years ago, where like in order to make this they had to like dredge the sea floor. Alright, let's turn this down to 220. And they had these huge tubes that were just like sucking all kinds of sand out from the floor of the ocean, and it was just blowing the sand up and like making these mountains, and they were smoothing those mountains out, turning the bottom of the seafloor, bringing it up to the surface and forming it in a way to make these islands. I know our VNav is like kind of going crazy. I don't really care about our VNav right now. Because we're getting ready to make these turns here and start lining up with... Alright, now do they have, let's see here, CTR. That's kind of silly, it's just a map. Alright, what we can actually do is, let's go into heading mode. I don't think this plane will switch automatically from LNAV to like VOR and localizer and all that like some other airplanes do. So let's select our heading. And after Maya, we'll go ahead and go down to 185 and 2,600 feet. So we're not going to use flight level control for that. But let's plug in 2,600 feet. And 2,600 feet is... No, that's close to our capture point. It's actually... Our capture point's actually 1,600. 1,600 feet. Alright, so what I can do now, let's... no, we're okay. We'll leave it at this 220 until we get a little closer. So I usually do that. I usually will jump the gun and start slowing down too early or descending too early. Now our ILS is already registering. As you can see, it says IKW DME 8.6, so it's already showing our info there. That's a good thing. This waypoint here, we need to be at 2,600 feet and at 185. But we have a mandatory 4,000 feet at Maya, so I'm not deviating from until we pass Maya. Once we pass Maya, then we can, you know, go down. But I will start slowing down, though. So at least let's plug in 200 for now. And we're under our flap speed, so let's put in our slats first. Slats 1. Alright, let's get ready to make this turn. What's the turn to? 99. So let's turn to 99. And start descending. Let's go down 1,000 feet and see what that does for us. And we need to be at 185 as well. So let's put our next set of flaps down. And we can actually bring up a little speed brake. Help us out. And let's go ahead and tune our heading a little bit so we're a bit more on course. As you can see as well here, that's our glide scope icon. So we should be good once we make this turn. And I probably could have left that in VNAV and LNAV, but I kind of like, doing some stuff on my own too. So, all right, once we pass BB 450, then we're going to go down to 1600, and that's actually going to be our glide scope capture point. And we have 185. Really, it's 185 the whole way in that I can see until it gets to a point where we need to, start slowing down a lot more for our approach. But yeah, let's go. All right, once we get past BB 450, then we'll continue our descent. Oh, that's cool. I never really noticed the wing flex before. The wings kind of... All right, let's go flaps 15 because we're almost at 10 miles out. And let's decrease our speed a little bit as well. All right, I'm going to click localizer. Actually, I'm going to click approach. And I'm going to now start turning towards our approach tonight.
EVA 178, contact Kansai approach on 120.45. Good day.
120.45 EVA 178.
No.
Kansai approach EVA 178.
No.
1,500 feet.
EVA 178, Kansai
You
approach
son of a bitch.
9.95 radar contact continue.
You son of a bitch.
178, contact Kansai approach on 120.85. Good day.
120.85 EVA.
That whole
178.
flight, and now all of a sudden it goes out.
Kansai approach EVA 178, 1,400 feet.
All right, I have no idea where the airport is actually now.
Kansai approach QNH 29.95 radar contact continue.
Let's bring up this VFR map. That'll help me out. Okay. So let's get rid of autopilot. Dude, I can't even control the airplane actually. Alright, there's our airport. I can't believe the screens went out. It's these damn liveries, I'm telling you. Jesus Christ, what the hell is going on with this airplane?
1000.
Why is this thing so hard to control? You know, we seriously might crash tonight. I cannot control this airplane. Let me try something here. Hang on. Yep, I'm pretty sure it's this livery, but I really wanted to have EVA. All right, let's just do EVA.1. And let's store this. All right, and now let's load this flight again and see if that helps at all. I can't control the airplane at all right now. That really sucks, man. But I knew I was taking a shot with delivery pack. I knew I was taking a shot. Kind of had a sneaky feeling that something was going to go wrong at some point with it, but...
EVA 112 tree heavy contact. Comsci approach on 124.8. Good day.
Alright, where's the airport at? I think it's right in front of... Oh yeah, I don't have access to that VFR menu anymore. Alright, I think it's right in front of us.
EVA 112 tree heavy please acknowledge.
No! Alright, let's try this again. Let me turn off the ATC because we can't access them anyways right now. Whenever you, or at least whenever I do, whenever I save a flight and load it from a save, I lose access to that menu bar up top. So, all right, that's good. Throttle's not working. Throttle's not working. All right, well, whatever. I guess that's it for the airplane show tonight, my friends. I mean, like, if the throttle's not working, I don't know what to tell you. You know, I kind of knew, I kind of had a feeling that something was going to go wrong because of deliveries. I really expected something to go wrong much quicker. I've landed plenty of airplanes. I'm not upset that I can't land this airplane tonight, but I am upset that we went through 2 hours and almost 16 minutes of this flight, and at 0 hour, at the very last second, that's when things go sideways for us, right? It's always that case though with these issues. It always happens. Doesn't matter if it's the simulator or not. It always seems like, these issues arise like at the worst time. Anyways, I'll be back tomorrow, my friends, without livery packs that are gonna kill the simulator. So we'll be good to go tomorrow. Please subscribe. Please click that like button. Any ideas of something you would like to see? Hit me up in the comments. Let me know. And until then, my friends, until we see each other again, be good to yourself. Hope you have a good Sunday. And I will see y'all tomorrow on the next episode of the Airplane Show. See you, my friends.